crazy mother. What it do, soul visionaries and potential soul visionaries out there. I am your host, Rod Corner. You are now rocking with the mobile version of the Soul Vision Powercast. You know that place where we keep it unfiltered and raw. We talk about anything from porn to politics. We'll even talk about the things you might have heard or even saw. Today I want to talk about negativity and people's perception of it, right? You know, a lot of times folks will like to take what I say as it being negative towards women, negative towards this or that and the other. But in reality, I like to see things from a perspective of its true nature. I like to talk about things with a reality-based perspective. You know, if a person is a bad person, that's just what it is. If a place is a bad place, that's what it is. If a thing is a bad place, that's just what it is. We can't keep calling everything negative because it's the truth. It's the reality of it. You know, there's one thing I never say is all women are this way. All women are that way. You know, and sometimes I say most or whatever. And even that's wrong a lot of times. Most. But some is always the truth. The bad part about it is that the some that's referenced have so many women that follow behind them and hang off of their every word and support them. So am I wrong in saying most? Because you say, hey, most women have this such a mindset. And then when you look at these women that speak, and then you got so many women that's, oh yeah, girl, woo, 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 woo. Is that really being negative? If I'm telling you that this person says this, and this person has this type of following, you know, and it's like, okay, is it most? I don't know, you know, and then most is like, hey, we say it so often, I think it becomes habit, you know, but any thinking person, any rational person would just understand that even when a person says something, it can't be all of everybody doing everything. It just is what it is. It's just, hey, it's just saying. So common sense. So when I hear women say, oh, you broke, dusty man and this and that and the other, if it doesn't describe me, then I won't get upset by it. But if somebody pin the tail on the donkey and make you scream with the words they say, then obviously you can relate to what they're saying in that moment, in that time, because hit dogs holler. You know, it's just a simple fact. You know, all women aren't good people. All men aren't bad people. You know, bad people are bad people. And the crazy part about it is, bad people aren't bad people all of the time. That's the funny thing about life and reality. You know, we just have to see it for what it is at that moment. Hey, you could be a good person and do a bad thing. And if I call it out, what's negative about it? I just called out something you did that I didn't like or didn't agree with. That's all that is. I mean, we can go back and forth all day long about who did this, who did that. Hey, I've done some bad things in life. I own up to them. It is what it is. You know, somebody called me out on it. Hey, it just is what it is. You know, hey, if somebody said, hey, Sherrod, you cheated before. It's okay. You told the truth. So why would I be mad about that? Why? You know, hey, I've been cheated on. I've been the cheater. I've done those things, right? You know, I've done bad things, you know, in the hood. I mean, it's just is what it is. You grow up and you learn, right? But at least I can say that I'm man enough to own it. See, that's why I say OYBS, own your bullshit. You gotta own your bullshit and not own mine. Too many of us want credit for the good things we do, but none of the blame for the bad things we do. We gotta grow up. That's why we can't solve a lot of our issues, because no one, I'm not gonna say no one, but what I'm saying is it's hard for a lot of people to look in that mirror and say, damn, it's my fault. Damn, I did this. Damn, I should apologize. Do I get on here trying to purposely offend anybody? No. My message a lot of time is for young brothers out here. I want these young brothers to see the world for what it truly is. This is not a nice place to live in. This place is not full of all the love we say it is, it has or whatever. This place is run by a bunch of evil people. I want my young dogs out here, hell, even the older brothers, man, that may find what I say useful. Man, I just want everybody I want brothers to just to open their eyes up to see what the world really is, so that they can push their message. You might be in an area where you don't see any of the things that I'm saying. It doesn't mean that what I'm saying is true or not true. It just means that you're not in that environment, right? And if you're not in that environment, hey, I wouldn't mind you making a comment like, hey, brother, I understand what you're talking about, but it's not where I'm at. But all I'm going to tell you is, still, you have to watch out for it. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch out for it. You just never know what could pop up at any time, anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So be careful, man. Be careful with how you look at the world. Because we want to look through these rose-colored glasses and just see everything so beautifully, and we've gotten to the point where the beautiful lies, are what we seek. We seek the beautiful lie. We want something that's going to make us feel better, but then we don't want to hear the ugly truth, which will help us become better. That's a problem. That shows a lack of maturity. And we need to overcome that some kind of way. We need to overcome the simple fact that we don't want to see reality as it is. And reality, just because I say something you don't like or you don't agree with, that doesn't mean it's not a positive message. Because me telling you about yourself with the intent on helping you, that's a positive thing. But too many of us take that message as, oh, you trying to go at me, no. If you just calm down, listen to the message, and then take and self-reflect. Hell, I had to do that. I had to listen to people tell me about me in order for me to become a better version of myself. I'm still a work in progress too. I know this. But I'm willing to put the work in to become the best version of me. I want to be the best person I could possibly be before I'm not here any longer. I want to enjoy that best version of me. And I want my loved ones to enjoy the best version of me. So I see the world as it is. I wish it was another way, but it's not another way. It is just exactly this way. We look at our government. Oh, we got another government shutdown looming because they're fighting over what to fund and what not to fund. Some say it's because the Democrats want to fund illegals at $1.5 trillion. And it's like, how come we just can't separate these things and, this bill for that, this money for that, we're going to ask for money for this and this and this, but for the people of America, we're going to do this for them. This is this, Like I say, I don't want to get off on the politics thing right now, but it's just, I see the world the way it is. Hey, it's like driving down a road and hitting every bump and pretending like those bumps aren't there. So that's all, man. That's just a quick message for y'all, man. And just wanted to let y'all know that reality is not always negative. It's 2025. We need to rise and fly. Peace.